Bathed in the warm sunlight, two houses stand in stark contrast, side by side. To the left, a meticulously maintained house boasts freshly painted walls and a garden bursting with vibrant life. To the right, a dilapidated house stands, its peeling paint and sagging roof telling a story of neglect. Children in worn clothes dart around the neglected yard, their laughter echoing amidst the disrepair. Sunlight floods the lavish dining room, highlighting the opulence of the rich brother's home. The rich brother sits at the head of the ornate table, a picture of wealth and comfort. His wife, adorned in jewels, glares across the table, her words sharp. "He's your brother." "Yes, but bread costs money, husband." A shadow crosses the rich brother's face as he considers his wife's harsh words. He retorts with a mix of defiance and familial duty. "Well, wife, blood is thicker than water." His voice softens, revealing his inner conflict. "If I don't help him, who will?" Dănilă shuffles down the dusty road, his sheepish expression betraying his familiar purpose. Each step brings him closer to his brother's house, a place he visits with a recurring request. The humble road contrasts sharply with the opulence of his brother's estate. His wealthy brother watches Dănilă approach, his face etched with a blend of weariness and resignation. The air hangs heavy with unspoken expectations and the weight of past favors. Another plea for the cart looms, casting a shadow over their fraternal bond. Under the relentless sun, dust swirls through the impoverished village. The rich brother's face contorts with frustration as he confronts Dănilă. Dănilă looks back, his brow furrowed with confusion, a mirror of his inner turmoil. "Look, brother, I'm sick of this," the rich brother exclaims, his patience wearing thin. He gestures emphatically as he demands, "You have oxen, why don't you get a cart too?" Under the bright sun, Dănilă strides along the dusty road, his eyes set on the distant market. Duman and Tullishman, his powerful oxen, pull steadily, their massive forms casting long shadows. His weathered hands grip the reins, determination etched into every line of his face. The air shimmers with heat, carrying the scent of earth and the promise of a new cart. Each step is measured, the rhythmic clop of hooves a steady beat against the silence of the road. He dreams of the day's transaction, picturing the cart that will ease his burdens. Dănilă battles his way up a steep hill, his face etched with determination as his oxen strain against the heavy load. In the distance, a figure appears, effortlessly pulling a pristine new cart down the opposing slope. Dănilă squints, hope flickering in his eyes as he sees an opportunity to ease his burden. He raises a hand, calling out across the distance with a voice raspy from exertion. "Hey, friend, wait a minute, with that cart I've got a proposal," Dănilă shouts, his voice echoing in the open air. The man pauses, intrigued, turning to face Dănilă and his struggling oxen, a silent question hanging in the air. On the crest of a sun-drenched hill, Dănilă extends his hand, proposing a trade that gleams with hopeful cunning. The man regards Dănilă and his offer with deep skepticism, his eyes narrowed against the bright sunlight. A reluctant nod seals the bargain, an exchange of unspoken doubts and hidden expectations passing between them. Dănilă erupts in a wide, triumphant beam, convinced he has outwitted fate itself. The cart stands as a silent witness, its wooden frame bearing the weight of Dănilă's misplaced pride. Unaware of the folly of his choice, Dănilă revels in his perceived victory, the vast sky echoing his silent laughter. The man guides the massive oxen, their shadows stretching long on the sun-drenched road. Dănilă strains against the weight, muscles bulging as he begins pulling the heavy cart uphill. His initial confidence fades, replaced by a grimace of exertion as the cart resists his efforts. The road continues its relentless climb, mocking Dănilă's struggle against the unyielding weight. Dănilă collapses onto the cart shaft, his body heavy with fatigue under the relentless Sunday. Dust cakes his clothes and hair, painting him in shades of exhaustion. His face, a canvas of weariness, is etched with the harsh realities of the road. He mutters to himself, a weary contemplation hanging in the air. If I'm still Dănilă Prepeleac, then I've lost my oxen. His voice, barely a whisper, continues the thought, laced with doubt. But if I'm not, then I've got myself a cart. Or maybe not. Under the harsh sun, a lone figure trudges along the dusty road, the goat obediently following. The goat bleats softly, kicking up small clouds of dust with each step. Dănilă appears in the distance, his eyes locking onto the approaching figure and the goat. A glint of opportunity flashes in Dănilă's eyes as he sizes up the traveler and his animal. Dănilă's voice rings out across the open road, a proposition hanging in the air. "Hey, friend, want to trade that goat for this cart?" The traveler pauses, squinting at Dănilă, the goat tugging gently on its rope. On a dusty road, under the harsh daylight, Dănilă triumphantly leads away his newly acquired goat. The goat bleats, its eyes wide as it's pulled along the rough path, a new life beginning. The man, his transaction complete, swiftly ties his cart to another wagon, already moving on. The wagons rumble away, leaving Dănilă alone on the road with his goat. Dănilă pauses, a mixture of hope and uncertainty in his eyes as he looks ahead, the goat his only companion. On a sun-drenched road, Dănilă wrestles with the uncooperative goat, its rebellious energy a stark contrast to his mounting frustration. The goat strains against the rope, each pull and jump testing Dănilă's patience. Sweat beads on Dănilă's forehead as he digs in his heels, struggling to maintain control. The goat's frantic movements become more erratic, mirroring the rising tension in Dănilă. Dănilă's face contorts with each tug, his grip tightening on the rope. A palpable sense of exasperation fills the air as Dănilă's battle of wills with the stubborn goat intensifies. Dănilă ambles down a sun-baked, dusty road, his figure a solitary silhouette against the horizon. In the distance, a man appears, a plump goose nestled securely under his arm. As they draw closer, a spark of cunning ignites in Dănilă's eyes, a mischievous plan taking shape. Dănilă's voice rings out with deceptive cheer, his proposal hanging in the air. "Good day, kind sir. Want to trade?" A glint of anticipation flickers across Dănilă's face as he sweetens the deal. "My goat for your goose." After a spirited haggle, Dănilă triumphantly exchanges his goat for a lively gander on the bustling road. The gander, indignant and squawking, flaps its wings as Dănilă hoists it into his arms. Sunlight glints off the gander's feathers as Dănilă begins his journey towards the distant market. The road stretches before him, promising both opportunity and the unknown. With determined steps, Dănilă clutches the squawking bird, his silhouette growing smaller against the vast landscape. The gander's cries echo in the open air, a noisy counterpoint to Dănilă's silent ambition. The market teems with life, a cacophony of bartering voices rising under the bright day. Amidst the chaos, a gander's squawking pierces the air, its shrill cry cutting through the lively din. Dănilă winces, his face contorted in annoyance as he rubs his ears, seeking refuge from the relentless noise. "Great. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, this one's deafening me," Dănilă exclaims, his frustration echoing in the crowded space. The sounds of the market intensify around Dănilă, amplifying his sense of being overwhelmed. In the bustling marketplace, Dănilă strides past a merchant's stall, overflowing with colorful coin purses. A deal is struck, and the gander changes hands, its squawks fading into the market's cacophony. Dănilă clutches the empty purse, its emptiness a stark reminder of his transaction. The worn leather of the purse feels cool against his palm, a symbol of a new chapter. Amidst the bustling market, Dănilă spins his empty purse, the worn leather a testament to misfortune. The sunlight glints off the bare clasp, a mocking reminder of lost riches. His weathered face, etched with disappointment, he mutters to himself in disbelief. "Well, well," he sighs, the words heavy with regret. "From a pair of fine oxen," he laments, the memory of their strength a sharp contrast to his current state. "I ended up with an empty purse," Dănilă concludes, his voice lost in the market's cacophony. Dănilă wanders listlessly through the bustling market, his shoulders slumped under the weight of disappointment. His gaze sweeps over the overflowing stalls, the vibrant colors and lively sounds of the market a stark contrast to his inner turmoil. He looks utterly dejected, a solitary figure amidst the lively chaos. Man, oh man, this isn't even the first time I've traveled. It's like the devil took my brains, he mutters, his voice lost in the cacophony. Dănilă trudges along the dusty road, the vast fields stretching out under the unforgiving Sunday. His shoulders slump with each step, the weight of his failure heavy on his weary frame. The empty purse hangs limply from his hand, a stark symbol of his dashed hopes. Dust devils dance around him, mocking his despair as he walks towards the distant village. Each footstep kicks up a small cloud of dust, mirroring the turmoil within him. The road seems endless, each mile a testament to his crushing defeat. Dănilă arrives at his brother's house, a monument to wealth and privilege. The opulent interior glitters with extravagance, every detail a testament to luxury. Gilded frames and polished marble reflect the soft glow of unseen lights. He pauses at the threshold, taking in the stark contrast to his own humble life. A forced smile plays on Dănilă's lips as he steels himself. "Hello, big brother," Dănilă calls out, his voice echoing slightly in the grand foyer. In the opulent doorway of his mansion, the rich brother stands, his smile radiant and inviting. His eyes shine with genuine warmth as he greets the returning figure. "Welcome back, Dănilă," he exclaims, his voice echoing through the grand entrance. A hint of unspoken history lingers in the air between them. "You were gone a long time," the rich brother adds, his smile unwavering. Inside his rich brother's opulent house, Dănilă begins recounting his misadventures, his face etched with regret. His voice fills the room as he meticulously details each step that led him to this humiliating moment. Dănilă's dramatic gestures amplify his tale, each movement painting a vivid picture of his folly. He holds up the empty purse, a stark symbol of his misfortune, as he concludes his woeful story. "So, to make a long story short, I traded my oxen for this empty purse," Dănilă exclaims, his voice echoing with disbelief and shame. In a luxurious living room, recessed lighting casts a warm glow, highlighting the expensive art that adorns the walls. The rich brother, impeccably dressed, moves with barely restrained agitation. His face is a mask of disbelief and frustration as he struggles to contain his emotions. Pacing back and forth, he lets out a derisive snort, his eyes glinting with a mix of anger and disappointment. "Wow. Honestly, brother, you're a real fool," he exclaims, his voice dripping with disdain. Dănilă stands amidst the opulent grandeur of his rich brother's house, the evening light casting long shadows around him. The weight of his recent confession hangs heavy in the air, a palpable burden etched on his face. He reflects on his mistakes, a hint of regret coloring his tone as he begins to speak. "Maybe, but now I've learned my lesson," Dănilă declares, his voice tinged with a newfound understanding. A wry smile plays on his lips as he laments the irony of wisdom gained too late. "Trouble is, when you have wisdom, you have nothing to sell. And when there's cheese, there's no bag to put it in." Inside his brother's opulent house, Dănilă's face is etched with worry as he prepares to make his desperate plea. He clasps his hands, his eyes reflecting a mix of hope and fear. Dănilă's voice cracks with raw emotion as he speaks of his family's plight. "Just please, in God's name," he begs, the words heavy with desperation. "Lend me your cart and oxen one last time," he pleads, his voice trembling, "so I can fetch some firewood from my wife and kids. They don't have a spark of fire in the hearth." Dănilă's voice trails off, hanging in the air,